Welcome to Truth Talks. Pamela here. Today we are talking about Africa, how Africa is doing well. Do you remember in 2018 when Donald Trump said Africa, Haiti, and El Salvador, they are shitholes? Well, the focus today is on Africa. Yeah, some of the things that he might have said hurt Africa, hurt the leadership and whatnot. But did it really hurt them, or it actually caused them to unite and regroup? I'm happy to see that some of the leaders in Africa have actually put their heads together and their resources together, and they put their heads to the plow to say, hey, let's take matters into our own hands and do something. And you know what's interesting is that though they say Africa is a shithole, very lucrative minerals such as copper, cobalt, oil, diamond, gold, silver, and a lot of minerals are coming from Africa. The West would not exist if it was not for Africa. The West will not have anything if it was not for us. I mean, that is why Macron, the president of France, wants to keep their claws in Africa in the name of, I'm protecting Burkina Faso, I'm protecting this country. No, they're not protecting anything. They want to keep an eye on what they are doing in Africa, the countries of interest. Please take a look at what Burkina Faso is doing.
Burkina Faso's President Ibrahim Traoré has announced plans to create a welfare system to help low-income citizens by giving them free houses and farms. He said the country must stop relying on Europe and the U.S. and focus on its own development. However, France and the U.S. have accused him of human rights abuses and are suggesting sanctions against his government. Despite this, Traoré remains determined to improve the lives of his people and make Burkina Faso more independent.
Isn't that interesting? A young president, Traoré, is actually pushing and working to improve his nation, putting the infrastructure for his people. He has a love for his people. That's quite commendable. And take a look at what Malema said, Julius Malema in South Africa.
Can you imagine the minerals of DRC combined with the minerals of South Africa and with a new currency based on the minerals? What we can do to the dollar if we become a United States of Africa with our minerals alone? We can collapse the dollar. We can collapse the strong pound.
Malema is always a joker. I mean, in a serious way, he does not hold any punches. I like about him, there's a lot of fire in him. And you know what I like the most is the fact that now the African leaders have come together to put a currency that will befit Africa as a way to debunk the dollar. Even though the presidents of the first world, as they call it, they are quite upset, but Africa is actually rising. Take a look at it.
Burkina Faso's President Ibrahim Traoré is leading a revolutionary Pan-African project that could change Africa forever. His vision includes a single currency called Afro Money, with the Africa Central Bank in Kenya. Africans will no longer need visas to travel between member countries, making the continent more united than ever. A new African passport has already leaked online, showing a beautiful design featuring each country's name, symbolizing true African unity. The plan is gaining momentum, with Nigeria and Ghana set to host the Afro Union headquarters at the request of Ibrahim Traoré, while South Africa will have the African Supreme Court. Many African nations are excited about this project, seeing it as a step toward independence from Western influence. But not everyone is happy. The European Union is secretly opposing the plan, warning that Russia could gain influence. Some reports even suggest they are threatening sanctions to stop it. Despite foreign pressure, Ibrahim Traoré is standing firm. He believes this project will strengthen Africa, making it richer, more independent, and free from Western control.
You know, they say, united we stand, divided we fall. I do encourage the leaders in Africa. I actually like what they are doing. And look at the professor in Kenya, what he's also saying.
The day Nigeria wakes up, Africa will never be the same again.
Well, folks, here's my 2 cents to the leaders in Africa. If you want peace, rule your nation in fairness, love the people, war for the people, make sure that the infrastructures that is needed is available for them. You have the most intelligent beings in Africa leaving the continent to go to the West, not because they want to, but because the jobs are there, the wages that they're getting. So now I'm happy to see that the leaders are actually now waking up and realizing we're losing our talents. We're losing the most important people or educated people in our nation that can help to propel us to other nations. And I'm glad that the leaders have actually taken this as a challenge. The leaders of Africa have taken this as a challenge to say, yes, Trump might have taken the aid away from us. However, we will fight back by making our continent a better continent. We're going to work together as African leaders and do something for our people. Folks, truth is not an option. It is your destiny. See you next time on Truth Talks.